morning from Vale. I was thinking about planning. How can you plan without planning? Are you like me? Don't like to plan. Think it's like so annoying to do. Just want to go and do stuff without having to worry about that. Well, if you're like me, just hold on because we're going to get into that in a second. My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and I help you create digital courses so you can live your life on your terms. So when I think about planning, I know, and you probably know this too, right? Planning is all about, setting a goal, figuring out an accomplishment that you want to achieve on a certain date, right? So it's a goal. It's like, how many people am I going to have in my business? How many sales I'm going to have on July 1st or whatever, right? You got to set a date with a measurable accomplishment, right? A measurable thing that you can say you got, right? It could be weight loss goals, it could be sales goals, it could be team building goals. That's what a goal is, right? And then when you want to plan it, it's all about figuring out how do you get to that goal. Like say, for example, that it and that's the thing. That's the thing that always annoyed me about setting goals is that you have to know exactly how to get to that goal to even write a plan for it, right? And sometimes when you're starting out online, you don't know what it takes. Like, for example, I remember when I started my network marketing business 6 years back now, they would say, you got to, do the presentation, right? You got to present to 10 people to get one to sign up, right? Whatever it was. And they would tell you what those numbers were. So I would go out there and I would do all these presentations. I would talk to people. I would present to people. I would do all this. But I wouldn't get anybody to sign up. Even after doing 100 presentations, I hadn't anybody signing up. And nobody could tell me why. But the point is that even though the numbers they gave me, I probably could have kept going. And eventually it would have figured it out. But I kind of gave up because it was too much. It felt like too much work. And it felt like not what I wanted to do anyways, right? And that's kind of what happened to me in terms of that. But the point is that you set a goal. You got to know exactly how to get to that goal. So before you know how to get to that goal, you have to have at least one or, a couple, if not 10 achievements of whatever you're trying to achieve. So for example, if you're trying to get 100 sales, right? You want to set a goal for 100 sales. You got to know how to get one sale. You got to know what you got to do to get one sale. Otherwise, you can't put a plan together, right? And that's what I'm talking about today. How to plan without planning. And the only way you can do that, well, there's probably a couple ways, but the only way I know how to do that is by following others who have accomplished what you want to accomplish. You got to follow along, do what they do, right? Do all the steps they do. And then you will have the same results they have if you do the same things they do. Now, they teach us that too in online marketing, personal branding, that kind of stuff, that if you want certain results, you got to follow somebody who's got the results you want, right? So that's one way to plan without planning, because you just follow along. So that's why things online work so well, like these challenges, these groups, these trainings that teach you how to do certain things. So those are kind of like plans. They're plans that somebody else put together that you're following. That's what planning without planning means. If you're planning yourself, of course it's better. Yes, of course. I'm not going to say that doing this is not that you shouldn't plan. If you're a person who can plan and if you can't, you should learn it. Like, oh, sorry, I thought I was walking on something. If you can't do it, you should learn to do it. I need to do a better job, and I'm doing it better now. But I mean, a couple of years back, I certainly didn't do it. But I need, we can always get better. We should always get better, right? I hope that you're learning to plan, but until you learn to plan, until you want to plan, until you feel good about planning, until you understand all the intricacies and how it works, then you can still achieve a success rate without having a plan by following those who have what you want. And the best way to follow them is to have these like simple to follow steps, right? So some of them, some leaders out there, they have these courses that teach you certain things in an easy way to do it, right? They teach you how to, reach out, how to connect with people, how to engage in conversation, how to build rapport, all these different things. there's so much you need to learn to build a business online, right? You gotta learn all these little things. And that's kind of like what it is. That's kind of what planning is. Planning is putting together a series of steps to accomplish something, right? And if you're following somebody else and they give you the steps, it's kind of like planning without planning, because you didn't do the plan. You're just following somebody else's plan. You're just following somebody else's steps. So that's what you got to do. Go out there, find somebody who has what you want, and follow their guidance, follow their lead, follow their steps. And the best way to do that is with, challenges. Like Facebook challenges they're free. And like me, I'm putting together a Facebook challenge on how to create your very first online course, right? It's going to be a 5-day challenge. You're going to create your very first course in 5 days. Seriously, we're going to do that. We're going to do that with you. You're going to follow along and you're going to achieve the goal, right? The plan is going to be all set for you. You don't have to worry about how to do it. Well, you're going to do the steps. You don't have to worry about putting together the plan yourself. You just follow along, and you're going to get your first course at the end of the 5-day challenge. Right? So if you're interested in that 5-day challenge, if you want to learn how to create your own course in 5 days, your first course in 5 days, go ahead and comment below. Let me know that you're interested in getting in the challenge, and I'll put you on the waiting list. We're going to start pretty soon. I don't have a start date yet, but it'll be soon. And I just want to make sure you're on the waiting list so that you get to create your first course in 5 days. In 5 days, you're going to create your first course. All right, hope you enjoyed this. If you think anybody else needs to hear the message on how to plan without planning, then go ahead and share. I'd really appreciate that. And have yourself a wonderful day. We'll talk again soon.